Igbo group carpets Garba Shehu on attack over Ortom. Says grazing route ploy to grab land for Fulani. The coalition of Southeast youth leaders, COSE, has carpet presidential spokesman Garba Shehu over his verbal attack on Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State, said that Ortom's position against President Muhammadu Buhari's directive to recognize grazing routes was in tandem with the aspiration of his people. Hence, the governor did not deserve any insult or vilification as done by Shehu. Ortom is the voice of the voiceless, champion and defender of the common man, and should be left alone. Let reason and logic counter his lines of argument, not some an hominem and applying Muslim. The coalition, in press release by its President General Goodluck Ibem and Secretary General Kanis Igwe, cautioned the presidential spokesman against disparaging the office of the governor, COSEYL, which voiced its strongly support for the governor's position, said that the grazing route was an alleged plot by President Buhari to snatch people's ancestral land and hand it over to his Fulani king's men. The group said that no attempt to restore grazing routes, which is obsolete, would succeed, adding that no part of southern Nigeria or the Middle Belt will be used as grazing routes. COSE also said that the presidential directive to recover grazing routes was part of the plan to actualize Fulanization and Islamization agenda. The group lampooned Shehu for blaming Ortom for the ongoing genocide attacks by Fulani headsmen against Benue people instead of blaming the murderous header. We have read Garba Shehu's article of shame where the Malam belaboured the point, trying to exonerate the presidency and heaped the blame for deaths of poor Benue citizen Ortom without even a mere mention of the killer headsmen. A man like Garba Shehu, who claims Ortom is the cause of the deaths of poor people of Benue State, should have done better. Indulge in cheap blackmail and politics of false hope. The deaths, as the records show, are occasioned by most parts by some murderous Fulani headsmen who are all at large. Garba Shehu, just like the presidency, knows that the security architecture of a federation like Nigeria rests squarely on the president, and that governor like Ortom do not call the shot. What has the president or the presidency done to address the killings and the sacking of settled farming community by migrant nomadism headsmen, other than to come up with such policies like tracing the national grazing route, cattle coloning, and even the 10 years national livestock transformation plan, all which focused primarily on the headers, leaving the farmers out in the multi-billion naira largesses. Okay, they've said it already. So tell me, what have they planned for the farmers that those headers has destroyed their farms and their crops? What plans do they have for them? Nothing. They never did anything for them. They didn't even put them in the billions they've been planning to spend on grazing routes or ranching. They didn't do anything about it, and they are telling us that we are one Nigeria. Mr. President, you really need to retrieve that word of one Nigeria, because we are not one, and you haven't done anything to make we Nigerians feel that we are one. We all know that you are not for the people like you said you are. You are only for your Fulani king's men. Shehu release failed to render inferior the allegation Ortom made, and at best dwell on non-issues. If indeed Ortom is an unstable character whose political fortune is sinking, then Shehu's government, peopled and manned by anger on political defectors and disaster, counts as one. Did Buhari begin politics with the APC of today? No. If Ortom is today no longer allowed access to the villa, Shehu should tell us why and not resorting to blame games. Garba Shehu should be asking himself if it was for sectarian politics that Christian Association of Nigeria, Kano Southern Governor Forum, SGF, civil society groups and other stakeholders in the Nigerian project are speaking up concerning unpopular policies of the day or whether it was Governor Ortom who led the US government into tagging Nigeria as a country where Christians are persecuted. What did Shehu government do when Bishop Kuka released a homely calling on the government to do better, and has the government gone after Gumi, who doubles as back channel on the spokesperson of the bandits? We wish Buhari-led government well, as we have nothing against men like Shehu others than the truth. Buhari's record will outlive him. This is where history will capture involvement like Shehu. The failing and failure of the government in which Shehu served are as clear as day, given the happening of the day. The worst it is doesn't get better with the recent policies of the petroleum industry bill, which is stuck embers of agitation. Electoral amendment bill, which nearly killed electoral advancement. The Electoral Commission sought to achieve should Shehu deny this fallout. We know then that the problem too is not beyond him. Nothing we say is polarizing the nation other than the government of the day in which Shehu serves. Shehu's problem should have been how to ensure that Nigeria doesn't become the next Afghanistan under the government he serves. He wouldn't do that. Why will he do that? Because that is their plan. And they all are so angry because Ortom has brought out their agenda to light. That is why they are all angry with him. On why will they ban from going to Aso Villa if they have not to hide? Why? Garba Shehu is simply beyond redemption as an agent provocator. Has Bababubu, Galadima, and all several objective mind of northern extraction not been lamenting of the Abbas the region is plotting the country into? This country has become synonymous with blood field. If Ortom is inciting Benue people against Fulanis, then who is inciting Fulanis against the people of Southern Kaduna? Oh, Zamfara State, Niger State, watch Boko Haram in the northeastern Nigeria. Shehu and his like that born children and threw them to gutter their Fulani terrorist tribe are all responsible. They are all just looking to pass blame to Ortom, and they don't know that we Nigerians, we know better. We don't tolerate nonsense anymore. It was before that anything they tell us we believe them. Now, no. You can go to the comment section and share your take on this article.